Hi Mini Masters, this is another video that goes along with our book Monsters Love Colors. So in this video we are going to make a splatter painting and it's going to turn into a monster. So monsters love colors and monsters love to splatter and mix and put paint all over the place. So we made a little bit of a mess in the last video and we're going to make an even bigger mess in this video. But it's fun as long as you lay down some newspapers, Mom and Dad, it'll be okay. So what you need for this is some of your primary colors again, so the red, blue, and yellow. And then you need some, little cups. They can be yogurt cups or anything. And then you need some pipettes, some water, and then some paper. I use just cardstock, but you can use watercolor paper. And then you need a straw. So get some of those old straws that you have out. So I'm going to show you what we did. So you take your different colors of paint, poster paint or tempera paint, and you put just a little bit in your cup. You don't need very much at all because what you're actually going to do is mix it with water. So mix it with water, get it nice and runny like that. You got to make it easy for it to blow through the straw. Well, not through the straw, but blow with the straw. So you get it nice and runny. I don't know if you can see that there. Just like that. And each one, this one doesn't have as much color in it, so it looks more purple. And then my red. Okay, and then this comes the fun part, to have your mini masters do the pipettes so they can get the idea that you put it in the color, you squeeze it, and then you let it go, and then you just drop it, just a few drops all over your page. Not going for any design in particular, you're just going to drop it all over your page. See, I just did a bunch of dots there. And then I'm going to take my blue, and I'm going to put the blue all over my paper. Let it mix together and get all over. We want to get those colors all nice and mixed together. And then I'm going to take my yellow, and I'm going to put my yellow all over the same. Try to fill in some of those white spots there. And you can see this already mixing on the paper itself. Okay. Here comes the fun and messy part. So take a straw and then have your kids blow on the paint, because you want to try to spread the paint out. You're getting them to blow and spread the paint out so it has these big splatter patterns just like that. So it's hard to show you on the flat here, or you can even just do that. See how it just rolls. But I'm moving the paint around, I'm mixing it. You can turn the page if you want. Get all those colors to mix and everything all over the paper. And sometimes while mixing and blowing with your straw, it actually kind of dries it just a little bit. So put that off. You want to make sure it's completely dry. If you want to dry it a little faster, you can always use a hair dryer. So then for the next step, once that's completely dry, then you get to make your monster. So you can either use a black crayon or a black marker. And I know it doesn't look like much on here, but it's almost like looking for an animal out of a cloud. So maybe if you can find a monster or some sort of a shape in your little area here, and then what you can do is you outline it with your marker. So I think this glob over here looks kind of like a monster to me. There's his little blob. I'm gonna give him a little foot. There's his leg. Gonna give him some hands or claws, whatever they are. One up here. And then I'm gonna give him some eyes so you can see where he's at. So I got my glue and some googly eyes. So we're gonna glue one eye right there. And we're gonna glue the other eye over there. He could be a one-eyed monster. So you see, I just took a little bit of an area that kind of looked like a blob, and then I just kind of outlined it. Monsters just have kind of a blob of a body. And then if you want, you can make more monsters. Maybe there's a little kind of a flat monster down here. Do you see him a little bit? So that's kind of a weird looking one right there. See, there's his little legs. There's his arms and his hands. And he's like, what are you doing? That's kind of a goofy looking monster, huh? And give him some fun hair. Give him some ears, make him look scary if you want. And then you can put more You can put some more eyeballs on there. So I'm going to put an eyeball right in there. So there you have it. You've made a splatter splash painting that's turned into a monster. So you can make it however you want, and it's a really fun activity to do. We call this process art. So it's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. So thank you, Mini Masters. Bye-bye.